You alright lads? How's it going? Basically my internet is down at the minute and will be down for the next 4 days, so I can't record any new gameplay for any reviews, so I thought I'd just edit together some of my old footage that I've never uploaded and just make it into a little video so you've at least got something to watch. Got 2 games for you today, both on Advanced of the Rhine and both with the AMX30 Super. Both these games, I think they're alright. I got 18 kills between them, I think. But we put our first shot into that M60, but it go shells like usual, esports ready and all that. But we do put it to good use with our second shot in the XM1. Now the AMX30 Super, it's got great mobility, a great gun. It's not got great armour, so we're not going to sit on this street and brawl. Instead we're going to go down this little alleyway and try and cause some mayhem in the centre of the map. Now I think that the AMX30 Super is probably the best premium tank in the game. Not in terms of lineups, but in terms of pure performance. The best 9.0 on around about 9.0 lineup in the game is definitely the Germans. They've got the Leo 44, the Radkampfwagen, the KPZ with its 6-second reload. Countries like America, France, the USSR, their top tier, like their tanks are best performing at top tier at 10.3. Not really the 8.0 to 9.0 region. As the M60A1 just found out, that American M60 is not even stabilised and his stock shell is still APDS at 8.7. It's pretty awful in my opinion, to be honest. And our second customer was that M55 Sheridan. He's got a very low muzzle velocity gun, he's unstabilised, can't really compete whatsoever. Our third customer is going to be, well, he's not uncompetitive, it's the XM1 Premium. It's pretty good premium. It's got a pretty mediocre gun, but pretty good mobility. It's basically a worse version of the AMX30 Super in my opinion. But we pushed through the centre, we've got round to the flank of these enemies that were camping the corner. Now like a moron, I put a shot into the dead XM1 and I just decided to ram this M3 Bradley. Don't know why, but we did get a shot into him and we set him on fire. That was very sloppy of me. I did deserve to die here, but for some reason I don't. I think he doesn't put out his fire and he just burns to death. I don't think he was stock. I think he just chose not to put it out to try and kill me. But the biggest meme in the game at the minute, the M60A2 I believe, Starship. Honestly, don't even grind for it. There's no point. It used to be pretty good when the game first came out, when ATGMs were first reduced, or when it first came out, sorry, when the ATGMs were pretty new. But now, power creep and all the other tanks, it's just a redundant tank really. But we waited here just for our friendlies to catch up with me. This is hostile territory, I don't want to be running out. The AMX30 Super, it's not a breakthrough tank, it's more of a harassing type of flanking tank. It's not really one that you go head first into the enemy. Our OF40 puts a shot into that T95E1 and I just finish him off. Kind of a little bit of a kill steal I suppose, but anyway, we're just waiting here, then another tank comes. He puts a round into my driver. We're just gonna... Not into my driver, sorry, into my gunner. Just smoke up and reverse. You notice there that we are on fire, but our engine is fine. The AMX30 has front-mounted fuel tanks, which... It causes a lot of shells to just be eaten by the fuel tanks. It's surprising how much you get away with in this tank for taking hits. That fuel tank, it really does help you. You get set on fire a lot, but you can just put your fire out as long as you don't get hit twice there. So we know that B is... It's a hot area from that side of the map, so we're going to go down this way, head towards their spawn. It's a little bit of a scumbag thing to do, but it's not 2014 anymore. No one plays nice in the game. I wish it still was like that. Like I wish jet battles, I wish it was still like a point where they let you land and refuel so you could have a proper fight, but just get strafed on the runway now. It's not even any point. But anyway, we're going to skirt around this corner, put a nice round into the Type 16. Now I initially don't even see this M48, but he just see me, so I'm going to reverse pop smoke and actually ram my T55, which causes him to miss his shot, so I do apologise for that, but all's well that ends well. Our T55 does put a round into him and killing him, and we're just going to drive up. Now a few more minutes have passed in the game. We're still in this little area, but we're pretty much triple cap now. It is a scumbag thing to do, but when you're triple capping an enemy, there's nothing, like, what else is there to do? You can't really blame players for this. You have to blame the map design. Like I say, no one's going to play nice. No one's going to turn down 3 kills. Especially a nice kill like that on the M3 Bradley. It's a bit unfair. There's no way he'd have been able to kill me there. He wouldn't have been able to see me through the little buildings. Pretty sneaky, pretty jammy, but a kill's a kill. Now you can see in the sky there's a nice plane coming. To me that looks like a Japanese torpedo bomber or land bomber. But I remember playing this game and I didn't take any notice whatsoever. I was like, there's no way he's gonna go for me. But like, you know, sod's law. And true to the Japanese in real life in World War II, I'm gonna get a face full of kamikaze pilot here. You can hear him coming in with his engine. Wasn't even paying attention to him, I was looking at my friendlies. And you get 2 nice bombs to go with it. We've got 8 ground kills and 1 assist, 1 zone captures. Pretty decent game. We're going to go on to our second. Like I said, it's in the same tank, AMX-30 Super, and on the same map. However, this time with our spawn to flip, sorry. So we're starting at the south and they're in the north. Going to use the mobility of this tank. Going to get into the strong position at the start of a game. Basically, it allows you to kind of lock down C. They can't really push out into that alleyway if you can get there. But I start firing here. I don't actually get an enemy. I was very, very lucky. And we push out again. And I spot a tank. And it's probably my least favourite tank in the game. Well, least favourite premium. The Shot Caldelet. I don't see how they can still sell that tank. I really don't. It might have been removed from the store now, I'm not too sure. But it's basically got the mobility of a 6.7 Centurion. It's got a decent gun, but it's got no armour. It's got ERA blocks on it, but no one's firing heater vests at this tier unless you're stock. So it's just a meme, to be honest. A lot of people say they like it. There's quite a lot of support for it. I just don't see it. But anyway, we're going to use our mobility again. We're kind of flanking the enemy. We're being very, very cheeky. But like I said in the first game, I've got no intention of sitting out and trading shots with opponents. So we're going to keep on moving. We're going to try and get around this corner and completely around them. Now this is a little bit reckless. I'm not particularly checking my corner, sorry. I do apologise if I stutter. I usually have a script for my videos. So this is all just off the top of my head, so if I sound like I'm stopping to think, I probably am. I'm not used to this whatsoever, but... So we have 2 more tanks. The first tank I'm going to prioritise is the Type 74G. Oh, it's not. It's just the Type 74, sorry. That's this 8.7 tank, I think. Now this tank in front, I think that's a 7.7, like the Japanese equivalent of the Leo 1. But anyway, we kill them all. Pretty nice play. Wasn't particularly skillful, just being in the right spot at the right time, I suppose. But naturally, we clear out C, so we're going to try and cap it. It's a little bit sketchy because their spawn is literally just down that road. I don't know if you can hear it in your headphones, but there is an enemy tank engine. And I think I catch a glimpse of him here and I brake. Yeah. I think it's a 9.0 American tank, the XM801 or the MBT-70, I think it's called. I don't know which one it is. I can't really see his 20mm turret, so I assume it's the 803, sorry. It's a little bit awkward here because we're both kind of low survivability. He only has 3 crew. So I'm going to pop some smoke and try and take a gamble, basically. What I think happens here, I think he chokes and can't decide whether to go forward or backward, which allows me to just get around to him. We're going to go on to our next kill. The MBT-7, oh not MBT-70, sorry, a T-95E1. He does have the ability to kill me. He's got 300mm of penetration with his APF SDS round, but luckily we do get a shot into him. And I said about this is the best premium tank in the game. It just doesn't give a shit about explosives. We're just going to drive over it. Not even a bit of damage to our tank somehow. French bias. I don't really hear anyone saying that, maybe. But it is probably the best premium tank in terms of performance. It's just got it's got everything going for it. No one uses armor anymore at battle rating 9.0 or whatever this tank is now. I can't check. I can't even get onto War Thunder. But we saw 2 tanks. We're going to put 1 round into the M163. And then someone else is going to clear up that T92, I believe. Well, for example, like the T55AM, a lot of people gave me shit on my review of it, saying the armor's good, but it's not good against a tank when you can go this fast, so you can get around it. So we get another kill on the M42. It's an American anti-aircraft gun, I believe. I'm not too sure. Anyway, me playing recklessly, thinking I've killed everyone. I've not. Do a spin around, and we do get a kill. Shouldn't really have. I should have died there. I was being completely reckless. If he had been using an equal tier tank, I'd have been dead. But I decided that the C cap is a little too hot, so we're going to go over towards the A area. We run into a warrior, one of my favourite vehicles. It's huge. It's one of the most used tanks in the British Army still. I love it, but very, very low survivability. Talking about other British vehicles, we have a chieftain, which I unfortunately don't kill, but our friendly does. And we see another XM803, but a little piece of cement blocks our shot. Again, War Thunder, thanks for that. And again, we're kind of just towards the end of the game. I do put a round into him, means knock out his breach and his loader. Or commander, sorry. You can hear we've got an enemy helicopter above us, AH-1G, the Cobras. But, like the bombs, apart from at the very start of the game, this tank is pretty... It's pretty trolly. Like, just doesn't give a shit. We do get hit, sets our engine on fire, but no one's dead. Still alive. But this game's coming towards an end. Like I say, I know it's not great. I'm doing this just to get used to it. I know I'm stuttering and sounding like a retard, but this is the end of the match. I'm gonna die here. I choke here. Maybe could have got a kill on that, but a Vickers tank kills me, I think. Like, I played this match literally ages ago. We got 1 zone captured, 10 ground kills, 3 enemy assists, combined score of 3,179. So, just a quick little game I've thrown together. I know the quality of this is pretty shockingly bad, but I hope you enjoyed that video, lads. As always, thank you very much for watching.